Well, hello and welcome to the Contentful Changelog Show. I'm Marcelo Lewin, the Headless Creator. You can reach out to me whenever you want, Marcelo at headlesscreator.com. You can see it right there. There's my URL. And today we're actually going to be talking about a release that Contentful put out on 11/16, and it's about instance parameters that were added to the app framework. If you have no clue what that means, don't worry. I'm not that familiar with it either, but today I have a very special guest, actually my first guest on the show. I've never had a guest live here on the show, so this is kind of cool. His name is David Fateh, and he's a developer evangelist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring him on right now. And there is David. David, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Great. How's it going with you?
Not bad. Pretty excited to be here.
Yeah, ditto. I've heard you guys you're in the East Coast, Connecticut,
Yeah.
and you guys have some bad storms.
Yeah,
So
we
we're
had a few.
keeping our fingers crossed that you don't lose electricity, internet, and all that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah. So if you disappear, we know what happened.
Yeah.
We actually have some bad winds here too, but they're more like the Santa Ana winds kind of thing.
I see.
Those warm winds. So anyway, before we jump in, I want to show people what we're going to be doing. So this is the changelog, the Contentful changelog, and it's the instance parameters for the app framework. So you're going to be talking about this and explaining exactly what this means. Real quick, before we do that, I want to remind people to go visit headlesscreator.com. And they get to see all of the shows there. The one that we're doing today is the changelog, Contentful changelog. So when you go there, you'll see all the episodes, including this is episode 6. So you're going to see this one probably in about an hour after we're done with the actual show. And then when you click on the show itself to go watch it, you'll see right here Contentful's changelog entry. This will take you directly to the changelog if you want to learn more about what's going on, but otherwise you'll be able to watch everything over here. And of course, as always, if you enjoy what I do, here's that little magic button. Make a donation if you want. If not, that's okay. Somebody did yesterday, and I was all super excited because it was the first donation. I'm like, that's pretty cool. That's really nice of them. Alrighty, so that's that. Let me get rid of this. And we're back. So, David, you're going to be showing your screen real soon, but before we do that, I'd love people just to know a little bit more about you. You're a developer evangelist at Contentful, so maybe tell us exactly what that means and what you do there.
Yeah, so I think people that are in the industry, they might be familiar with developer relations or developer evangelists. And those of you that aren't, what I do is I kind of work a little bit on both sides of the fence, right? I look at what I look at what Contentful is doing on a technical side of things, and I try to relay that out to our developers in a way that's easy for them to understand. Because we tend to create a lot of new features. Sometimes it can be very fast, and not everybody has the time to keep up with this. We all have our own day jobs to keep up with. So I hopefully make these transitions a little bit easier for people that are using Contentful. Hopefully they can understand some of these changes a bit more easily. And what I do specifically is I actually am focusing on the app framework, which is kind of a new thing at Contentful. And the reason why I have this focus on it is because I actually was originally hired at Contentful to be a developer, actually. And I actually have spent the last year and a half helping develop the app framework. And so now I'm actually helping to get other people use the framework itself.
That's cool. So you're one of the architects of the framework then.
Yeah, I actually wrote the code. I wrote some of the code that actually runs the app framework. So I have a pretty good knowledge of the ins and outs of the framework.
Oh, that's cool. I see.
But it's really interesting though now to be on the other side of the fence where people need to use this tool.
Right.
And I get to see where everyone's confusion is and things like that, and try to smooth that experience out as much as possible.
So since you wrote it, right, and now you're seeing the other side, is there anything in the framework that you say, gosh, I wish I would have done this instead because I see how people are using it? And also, are you seeing people use it in ways that you guys didn't envision it to be used?
Yeah, so for the first question, I think what we didn't do a great job at was helping people understand that what we've done is we've basically evolved a lot of the functionality that we already had. People that, developers that have used Contentful in the past may have used things called UI extensions.
Right.
And what we did was we introduced apps, which is kind of the equivalent to us, let's say you have like a 2016 Honda Civic. What we've done is we've introduced a 2020 model. So it's a newer version. Fundamentally it's the same. It's still a car, but it has all these new features and all these new bug fixes and all that stuff.
But it's called differently, so it probably brought a little bit of confusion, right? Because I remember when you guys came out with it, I was like, okay, so what's the difference? So should we not do UI extensions anymore? Maybe you can clarify that.